Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Tayo. If you're part of the squad already, thank you for sticking out with me. Thank you for coming back. But if you're new, if this is the first video of mine you're seeing, then kindly like, share, subscribe. The rest of us already know the deal. I just want to thank everyone for the outpouring of love. You guys were super supportive. It was such a big risk for me to start the first time, like to post my first video, and I wasn't disappointed. It was way more than I expected, and I'm super grateful for that. Thank you guys so much for your support. I'm super grateful. Okay, so getting into today's video, today we're going to be talking about my university experience in Nigeria versus my university experience in Ghana. So for those of you who do not know, I actually did 1 year of university in Nigeria, actually 1 semester of university in Nigeria, and after that I moved to Ghana, where I have completed 6 years of university at Kwame University of Science and Technology, Kumasi, Ghana, which is said, it is actually online. To check it, it's the best university in West Africa. So I guess that was good for me then. So getting into it here, guys, let me just give you a disclaimer. First of all, this is my personal experience. I'm sharing what I went through or what my experiences were, and this will not be same for everybody who's gone to school in Ghana or Nigeria, but I'm just sharing what I went through. So the name of the university I attended in Nigeria was Bingham University, and guys, I lasted 1 semester. 1 semester was how long I was able to last, and I don't know, but for me it was, I couldn't cope. So what happened was that I was admitted to study medicine, and I think the quota that university has, the number of medical students they can produce or allowed to graduate at the end of the 6 years that they're supposed to study, is 40 or so, but then they admitted about 200 of us, and so it was very stressful for me. I remember when we were supposed to write exams, we were writing about 3 papers a day, and I just could not cope. So I'd call home every day, right before every single paper, and I'd cry to my parents, and I was literally having a mental breakdown. And then my parents, after the exams, I never even checked my results. The day I wrote my last paper, my parents were packed outside. They said, "Oh yeah, carry all your things. This school is not a do or die affair. Come, we are going home." And that was it. I never returned because my parents literally thought this girl will commit suicide. It was terrible. I was crying all the time. I was very unhappy. This is just by the way. So let me describe what it was like being in a church-owned university in Nigeria. So there were these funny rules that they had. I remember, for example, that all of the female hostels had they had a wall, a compound surrounding it, and basically no one could be out after 10 p.m. I mean, that I don't know, but that's just a bit funny. So even if you wanted to study in a library, you had to wrap it up before 10 p.m. because you could get I mean, everybody who was out after 10 p.m. could get into trouble, and then you have to get before a tribunal. It was funny. And then also all females couldn't wear trousers, you couldn't wear jeans, and then our skirts had to be below our knees. It was a university, but it was just a lot. To exit the school, you needed a pass or an exit. So a pass was like, if you're going to go out of school and come out that same day, you needed a pass. But if you wanted to spend a few days outside, you needed an exit. And so it was just Another funny thing I remember is that every single day in class, I think between the hours of 12 and 1, we needed to attend a church service. So you would be in class, and then 12 o'clock we'd all carry ourselves and go to the chapel for service till 1, and then we return back to class. I mean, and then it was compulsory. Church service was compulsory. So that all was just by the way. I'm going to be comparing my experience studying in Nigeria versus my experience studying in Ghana, and I'm going to be using 5 parameters. I'm going to be comparing the ease of entry, the ease of getting an admission into the school, the quality of education, the expected duration of study, the fees, and also extracurricular activities. So to get admission in Nigeria, I needed my WASI, that's my West African Senior Secondary Certificate Examination. So that's the O level. So get into any undergraduate degree, you need those. I also needed to write JAM. I also wrote the post-UTME examinations. That's 3 exams before I went for an interview. But to get into Ghana, I only needed my WASI, and that was it. The Ghanaians came to Nigeria for the interview, so they came and then we had an interview in Lagos, and that was it. I was given admission there and then. I remember when I was applying to get into university in Nigeria, there was so much paperwork. I had to have 5 copies of this, 5 copies of that. I went from one office to the other for people to stamp this and stamp that, and it was just a lot of paperwork. It was really non-cohesive, and it was just a lot of stress. I remember my dad had to help me through it, and then I remember I was tired that day, so I went home and I was to resume the next day. When I resumed, the room I was allocated to was full, and I had to sort that out myself. I remember I didn't find it easy. Now, talking about quality of education, this really depends on the institution you attend. But for me, I attended KNUST, and it is currently ranked as the best university in West Africa. So that speaks about that. But then I'm going to be talking about the support I received, the resources available. When I came to Ghana to study, it was quite different. It was like these people actually wanted me to do well. There were so many people willing to help. There were the TAs, the teaching assistants, the demonstrators, the lecturers. You could really just walk up to anyone to ask for help. The library was open till 10 p.m. and then we had these study rooms where you could stay all night studying. I mean, you shouldn't do that, but those resources were available. There was so much help. And then, for people who were struggling with classes, you could arrange with TAs to have extra classes. It was just a lot of support. To Ghana, there was just this independence that came with it. I mean, a lot of people take advantage of this and end up going south. Like maybe they aren't close to their families anymore, so they can just do and undo. There's that, but at the same time, it helped me grow as an individual. God, I have to not fend for myself, let's say, because my parents were sending me money, but at the same time, I had to, look out for myself, learn how to be independent, learn how to take care of myself adequately. I mean, I just grew a lot. I grew a lot, and I'm super grateful for that. This just brings to mind the admission process, and my parents were very alarmed when they realized that in the hostels or the halls, boys and girls live together. So you could be like on the same floor, and then the next room belongs to a boy, and then the room after that belongs to a girl, and then they were super alarmed by it. But then it was fun. It was a lot of fun. You just had freedom. I mean, you could just move around as you wish, because like there were no curfews. You could go out by 12 p.m. and the entire place was just busy because students' lives, people were awake till dawn. So that was a whole new experience for me. I can't remember going to the ATM by 1 a.m. just because I could. It wasn't like I wanted to do anything bad, but then there was just that freedom to live, be a young person and have experiences, and then I found that really good. That was super good for development. Now, talking about expected duration of study, that was actually the inspiration for my video, because the classmates I had back at Bingham University in the year 2013, they got inducted last week, or they graduated last week, and then that just really spurred me on to make this video. I mean, I was in Bingham University in 2013. I left, I said KNUS in 2014. I did a 6-year course, the Doctor of Pharmacy program. I graduated in 2020 at the expected time of graduation. And then my classmates I left in 2013, graduated in 2021. It took them 8 years. I mean, their situation, it took them 8 years to do a 6-year course. And their situation was unique, because usually in a private university you graduate on time, but then they were doing medicine, and then there were so many things involved, and then they ended up graduating 2 years after when they were expected to graduate. And this holds true for a lot of public universities in Nigeria, where you go into school and then there are so many strikes, and you do not know when you are going to graduate. and then you just see your life passing by. The COVID period was an example because I was due to graduate in 2020. The COVID happened, but still I graduated. I mean, we had online classes. Things happened, and I still ended up graduating. But then for many schools, for many of the schools in Nigeria, they just went on hold. They just sent the students home to wait for COVID to pass. And then that's just an example of the anyhowness that is known to Nigeria. So next we're going to be talking about fees. If my memory serves me right, at Bingham University, that was a private university, the fees went for about 700,000 naira for a year's tuition. But at KNUST, you pay in dollars, so it really depends on the exchange rate. And we know that Nigeria's currency is so weak right now. It is so weak. So usually you pay about $6,000 per year for tuition. Yeah. If you ask me, you have not asked me, but if you ask me, if your parents have the money, just go elsewhere to study. Anywhere elsewhere. In fact, come to Ghana. I mean, especially if you want to do a course like pharmacy or medicine, where you're spending 6 years in university. Don't risk the time. So I want to sound a caution to Nigerian students who are seeking to apply to university in Ghana. If you want to apply to university in Ghana, you should kindly ensure that the university you're applying to is accredited. Because the last thing you want is to go back to Nigeria after a 4-year degree, and then Nigeria says they don't recognize your degree. Also, in my opinion, it is better for you to apply to a public school, a government-owned school in Ghana rather than a private university. I just feel like it's better. Those schools are better, and then also you have more security, or just better. We've come to the end of this video. Kindly like, subscribe, share. You know the drill. And if you studied in Ghana and you studied in Nigeria and you have anything to add or any other issues to the table, please comment them down below and we'll talk it out. See you guys next time. Bye. Hey, talking is hard.